FactoryTalk Design Studio is Rockwell Automation's next-generation development environment for Logix 5000 control systems. Design Studio is a modern integrated development environment that includes a lot of innovations that are not available in Studio 5000 Logix Designer. One of the most interesting innovations in Design Studio is the fact that it has AI features built into it. Design Studio has an integrated Copilot, which is an AI assistant that can generate new code, explain existing code, interface with the version control system, and explain product features. In this video, I'll demonstrate the capabilities of FactoryTalk Design Studio's Copilot using practical examples. Before we look at the Copilot's capabilities, I want to point out that FactoryTalk Design Studio's Copilot is not a wrapper for ChatGPT or any other general-purpose large language models. It is a small language model that is specifically built by Rockwell Automation for Design Studio and industrial automation. Since it is trained for one specific domain, the results of using the integrated Copilot should be better than using a general-purpose LLM like ChatGPT. Now that we know what FactoryTalk Design Studio's Copilot is, let's look at how we can use it in our projects. If you want to learn programming with Studio 5000 Logix Designer and understand Logix 5000 systems better, check out our Learn Logix course series, linked in the description below. When you create a new project in FactoryTalk Design Studio, you are prompted to add a smart object to the project. Smart objects are a new feature in FactoryTalk Design Studio that did not exist in Studio 5000 Logix Designer. If you wanted to know more about smart objects, you could search in the project documentation, but you could also ask Copilot. Here, I'm giving Copilot the prompt, "What is a smart object?" Since Copilot is trained on the FactoryTalk Design Studio documentation, it can give me a detailed explanation of what smart objects are, what features they have, and what types of smart objects are available to use. This feature makes it easy to use natural language to learn more about FactoryTalk Design Studio. Before we look at how Copilot can be used for code generation, I'd like to introduce the sponsor of today's video, RealPARS Business. RealPARS Business gives engineering and maintenance teams access to learning tools that help them to be more productive. RealPARS Business members get access to a huge catalog of courses that can be followed on demand, live classes with industrial automation experts, and a community of supportive peers. Head over to realpars.com/business or click the link in the description below to see how companies just like yours are using RealPARS Business to train their teams, reduce downtime, and improve mean time to repair, or MTTR. As well as explaining product features, Copilot can be used to generate code. You can simply tell Copilot what you want, and it will go out and create it for you. The really impressive part is that you don't have to be very prescriptive about what you want. In this example, I'm giving Copilot the prompt, "Create an AOI that calculates the volume of a cylindrical tank," and after a short processing period, it generates the code. As you can see from the description, it has added the required input and output parameters and used the correct formula for calculating the volume. If I'm not perfectly happy with what Copilot has created, I can ask it to revise the code for me. Here, I'm specifying that the AOI should be created using the ladder diagram programming language, and Copilot converts the AOI without any issues. Since Copilot understands code, it can be used to analyze and explain code. This feature is very useful for anyone who has inherited an older project that has poor documentation. To demonstrate this feature, I have removed the documentation from the AOI that was previously created. In the AOI, I can right-click on a rung to open an inline chat window with Copilot. In this chat window, I can ask Copilot to explain what the code is doing. As you can see, Copilot has recognized that the formula is calculating the volume of a cylindrical tank and gives a breakdown of how the logic works. Now that I understand what this AOI does, I can ask Copilot to document the AOI based on its analysis. As you can see, Copilot has renamed the parameters of the AOI to make the interface more intuitive for someone who has to use it. Copilot can also be used to interface with the built-in version control system. Here, I'm telling Copilot to commit the changes that have been made to the project to the local repository with the commit message initial comment. Once Copilot confirms that the changes have been committed, I can tell Copilot to push the changes to the remote repository. Once again, Copilot confirms that the command has been executed. This feature is great for people who are used to working with Git in a terminal and don't want to use the version control toolbar that is built into FactoryTalk Design Studio's user interface. FactoryTalk Design Studio has introduced a lot of innovations that are not available in Studio 5000 Logix Designer. In this video, you saw a demonstration of one of the most powerful new features available, the Integrated Copilot. This Integrated Copilot gives you an AI assistant that can be used to explain product features in code, generate new code based on requirements, and carry out commands in FactoryTalk Design Studio. If you're interested in trying FactoryTalk Design Studio's AI capabilities for yourself, you can use the link in the description below to get a 90-day trial of FactoryTalk Design Studio. If you want to help your team reduce downtime and mean time to repair, head over to realpars.com/business. Link in the description.